Hey guys, welcome to the school station. Today's video is going to be about place number and estimating. This is from the Edexcel GCSE Maths 9 to 1 paper from the unit number. Today's video is actually going to be part 1 of 2 videos, and this part is actually going to be about how to estimate your and check your answers. So as you guys can see over here, there is actually 2 parts to this video. Part 1, which we're actually going to be doing today, is using estimate to check your answers, and part 2 is by estimating square roots and square numbers. So as I said earlier, we're going to be doing part 1, and we're actually going to be using estimating to check our answers during the exam. For example, if you get a multiplication or division question, or even an addition or subtraction question, and you want to just like make sure that you are doing the correct thing, you can actually estimate to check your answers. So I'm going to show you guys a step-by-step example about how to do this. So over here we have a typical non-calculator question, and over here it's telling us that using the information that 4.6 times 33 is 151.8, write down the value of A, 46 times 33, and B, 4.6 times 3.3. So I'm just going to start off by showing you guys how to do part A of this, because maths is more of a step-by-step process, so we have to do things systematically. So first of all, we're going to be starting off with part A. So the first thing we already know from the question is that 4.6 times 33 is 151.8. So what I did was I wrote that in top. And then we have the thing that we actually want to find out, which is 46 times 33. Now what we can do is we can actually see the difference between the two equations. So in this side of the equation, we can see that there is 4.6 times 33. And then we have 46 times 33. So what is the difference between the two sides over here? Well, as you guys can see, 4.6 actually times, we actually multiplied 10 to make it into 46. So the difference is that we basically just multiplied 10 from the first equation to the second equation, which makes it 46 times 33. So when we actually have that, we actually have to do the exact same thing to get the answer. Since we have 151 minus 8, 151.8, all we have to do is just multiply 10 and we should be getting our answer, because whatever you do to this side of the equation, you basically have to do the exact same thing in the other side. So for example, over here we have 33, and even if it said that 46 times 330 and you're multiplying 10, you can just do 10 times 10, which is 100. So we would basically multiply 100. So whatever you do to this side of the equation, you have to do exactly the same thing in the other side. So that's how you basically solve these type of questions. You don't have to like multiply and try to get the answer, because if it already tells you an information, then you don't really have to worry about multiplying and using the column method. But over here, what we have to do is, the main purpose of this video is actually about estimating. So over here we actually have how to check your answer using estimating. So what you can do is you can basically just round the numbers. You can just round the numbers. So I just rounded 46 to 50, and I rounded 33 to 30. And I did 50 times 30, which is super simple to do, and it's 1500. And as you guys can see, 1500 and 1518 are very close to each other. So therefore, you know that using estimating, your answer should be correct. So then we actually go on to part B of this example, which is 4.6 times 3.3. So over here in this question, what we actually had to do is, again, we started off by writing down the information that we have from the question, which is 4.6 times 33 is 151.8. And then we just wrote down what we have to find out, which is 4.6 times 3.3 is equals to whatever it is, and then we just look at the difference in both of the equations. So 4.6 times 33, so we can see that 4.6 is actually over here dividing by 10, and the reason why is because we actually can see that 33, if we do 33 divided by 10, it actually becomes 3.3. So that is the difference between those two equations. We actually have 4.6 times 33, and 33 divided by 10 is 3.3. So therefore 4.6 times 3.3, we just have to divide 10 in the other side of the equation. So 151.8 divided by 10 is 15.18. So that's going to be your answer. And if you want to check your answer using estimating, you just have to round the numbers. So 4.6 rounds up to 5 and 3.3 rounds down to 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. So that's going to be, it's very close to the real answer, which is 15.18. So therefore you have got the correct answer. So now that you guys have actually really understood the process and how to actually solve questions of multiplication, division with an information you have, and also check your answers using estimating, I want you guys to actually try this question out. It says, using the information that 3.7 times 9.86 is 36.482, write down the value of A, 37 times 9.86, and B, 3.7 times 0.0986. So I want you to pause this video and try these two parts. Remember, start off with part A, finish that, and then do part B. So pause this video and try to answer this question. Alright guys, so I hope you guys have tried it out and also used estimating to check your answers to see if it actually is close to your real answer. So here is the answer. As you guys can see, we basically have 37 times 9.86, which is actually 364.82, and we actually checked our answer using estimation by rounding 37 to 40, and we rounded 9.86 to 10. So 40 times 10 is 400, and 400 is pretty close to 364.82. So therefore we know that we did a correct estimation and we got the correct answer. And then in part B we have 3.7 times 0.0986, and we got 0.36482, and by estimating we did 4 times 0.1, which is 0.4. And remember, your estimation may not look exactly the same, but as long as you actually get the real answer and it's somewhat close to the estimation, then it's absolutely fine to actually get something different to this. So for example, you could have done something a little bit different to this. So, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, it doesn't really matter as long as you get the real answer over here. But estimation has a wide range of numbers. So if you didn't do 40 times 10, but you still got something similar that was close to 364.82, it is still fine. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope that this has helped you. Just to go as an overview of what we have learned in this video, we have learned how to solve questions involving decimals and place value. So obviously whatever you do to the first side of the equation, let's say whatever you do to the left side of the equation, you have to do the exact same thing to the right side of the equation. And also we also have learned how to check our answers by estimating, and estimating is just a really valuable skill to have, and sometimes they actually might ask you in exam questions to actually estimate, and you have to know that you can round numbers up and down and you can actually estimate to check your answers. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below to get more free science and maths lessons from the school station. Bye guys!